Okay, well, as you can see, I've been working on my truck again. This time here, I had a problem. It was making oil. And I knew it was of course coming from diesel going into the oil, but there's many possibilities of where it can be coming from. So I tried pulling the valve covers off of it to see if I could find where it was coming from, and everything's all so covered with oil that it was pretty well impossible to see where exactly it was coming from. So I bought myself some of this ultraviolet dye and mixed it in with the diesel and shone a black light and seen exactly where it was coming from. Here's a little video I took of when I was doing that. And as you can tell, it was fairly easy to see where the diesel was coming from under the ultraviolet light because it would light up nice and green. And it actually turns out I didn't have just a few leaks. I had 7 places where the fuel was coming from. I had 1 injector line leaking, and the O-rings in the injectors, each one of them was seeping a little tiny bit. Not much, but enough to cause the oil to go up. And these O-rings are located right here in the injectors. So I had to disassemble the whole unit, take the tip off it, and replace each one of them. I made myself a socket here so I could easily do that and torque them back down to specs. Okay, and the reason why that all 6 of these O-rings were leaking is, well, maybe to do with the idea that it's 36 years old. But the main part is because when they changed the diesel fuel and they took the sulfur out of it, these old O-rings here couldn't handle that anymore. And the diesel dried them out, causing them to leak. So while I was in there and had everything taken apart, I figured it'd be a good idea to give it a tune-up. So I printed off the section here in my manual that covers engine tune-up procedures and borrowed this tool from a buddy of mine for the injector heights, and went ahead and set the valves, timed the injectors, and positioned the rack properly. And also took out this throttle delay here. What it does is it slows the rack down from opening. And it was mainly to help it meet the pollution standards, to stop it from smoking as much when accelerating, and that. So I figured I didn't need that anymore, so why not take it out? This way here it'll have a lot better acceleration.